Alright, welcome to another Raw review. The February 1st, 1993 episode of Monday Night Raw. And it's great to start out with a match again, really. It's Tatanka versus Damien Demento, I guess. I've never heard of this guy. I've heard of Tatanka, but never this Damien Demento guy. I'm a little sick right now. Got a bit of a stuffy nose, kind of. The actual match was pretty good. The actual quick-paced action was fun. There was a few rests between moves, which gives it a more exciting feel, in my opinion. And, you know, like I said, it's nice to start with a match. Short, but made up for it with the actual in-ring action. And the match calling was solid throughout by the commentators. Vince was actually a pretty good commentator. Yeah, I know. Shocking. All in all, I'd give this about a 7 out of 10. It's good, not great, but above average. It's good. Next, we got a Brutus the Barber Beefcake interview that comes after this. And there's actual real energy being shown in this, which I appreciate. It has a importance to the show and future shows by the fact that it's him announcing his return to in-ring action, I guess you could say. Some actual build-up of character with his, you know, parents dying, I guess, and his wife leaving him. Wow, like, that was dark. I was like, okay. Vince was a good interviewer. I wish, more interviewers in modern wrestling would take after him a bit. It goes on a bit long, but it's still watchable. All in all, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. The length of it, because it kind of trails off in there, you know, a bit with how long it is, and it's like, you could do better. And then we follow that with a match, thankfully. High Energy versus Mike Sharp and Bud Grouse, I think, or Gross. I don't know. I watched the match a couple times, and I still don't think I got his name right. And I did not know that Owen Hart was in a tag team with Koko B. Ware. It's not really good showing. Kind of a letdown, honestly, considering it's a Hart. Match calling focused on the Brutus interview too much, but then again, the match was so short that it was like kind of hard not to. Like, I talk about Brutus's interview and his whole story edition for like 85% of the match. All in all, I'd give it a 3 out of 10. Next, we have Typhoon versus Doink the Clown. And this was a strange surprise, but not an unwelcome one. Doink was actually pretty good in the ring, at least from this showing anyway. Commentary was much better in this match, because it actually focused on the match more. The in-ring action wasn't that bad, but not certainly somewhat of a disappointment. Honestly, I'd have to say it was average at best, so a 5 out of 10 for me. And this was a surprise, but not a welcome one, because I didn't know this was when Andre the Giant passed away, so that came as a real shock. I don't know why they didn't just save that to the end. I guess they wanted to end on a high note, I guess. And we follow that up with a Yokozuna match. That call-in from Hacksaw Jim Duncan was a little weird. uh, pro-American matches and competitors. Okay, I can get behind that. And it was basically a squash match. And did they ever say who he was fighting? Like, who his opponent was? I rewatched it 3 times and I still don't know. Oh no, I'd give this a 3 out of 10, same as the high energy Mike Sharp and Bud Gross match. Not knowing who he was facing made it kind of weird. I'm like, I don't know who this is supposed to be. And I'm unadverse to squash matches if they serve a story purpose. And this one did, to show off how dangerous Yokozuna was. That was me turning the page. I actually wrote down a bunch of stuff for this. Sort of. We've got an interview for Money Incorporated. IRS and Ted DiBiase. They work so well together. Heels being heels is just fun, in my opinion. And Ted DiBiase is a great talker. Match set up between one of the members of their team and Brutus was fun, I guess, and a little well done. Though the coin flip thing was unique, and I was like, oh, they should do that more often. Jimmy Hart is interesting, and I honestly have to say, from watching this, I miss tag teams having managers. And far as I'm concerned, character is character, and it's nice to see them actually be their characters. Next we got Lex Luger versus Jason Knight. That Mr. Perfect bit was fun. They show him doing the football thing. But it went on too long. Luger's style isn't flashy, but it works. You know, he's a powerhouse, and powerhouses should be powerhouses. It was short, but to the point. Kind of it was just the same as the Yokozuna match. It was just a squash match. And I guess it served to develop his character as the narcissist, but I don't know. It's a 3 out of 10 for me as well. Overall, it was okay. This episode of Raw, I'd give it a 5 out of 10. Some moments drag on a bit, but the passion and character makes up for them a little. It's not terrible. It's just average in my opinion. So that's my review of the February 1st, 1993 episode of Monday Night Raw. Thanks for watching this. When you do, subscribe if you want, and don't forget to give yourselves a big thumbs up. Goodbye, everybody.